Sure.
Markees, Coach Bowles has been really consistent saying how much he likes the depth at outside linebacker, the young guys there. How nice was it Saturday for you to have the game, for Jose to have the game, just to come out and produce the way you guys did?
Just seeing other guys have success. You work with those guys all the time in practice. You see the reps that they get. You see them having conversations with coach right in front of you. And everybody has their own personal challenges that they need to work on during practice. And in the game is the outcome of a week's hard practice, joint practice, here at home practicing against each other. So seeing those guys go out and have success in those things that you've seen them working on, it's a proud moment. And to go out there and play alongside with them and have your own success, it feels good to be out there with your brothers and playing and winning.
Where do you think you've grown the most, Markees?
Consistency and really staying off the ME list. That's been a huge goal for me. Last year, as hard as I studied, I would get out there and I still have an ME here and there, and it adds up. If I have one and another guy has one, and a couple plays down the road, then you got 10, and that's just a quarter so far. So I just want to have an emphasis staying off the ME board, and I'm doing a good job of doing that and staying consistent and being able to be trusted by the coaches. I know that's one thing I said going into this season during the offseason. I said I wanted to be trusted.
What's the key to get more out of these dual practices than you do the preseason games?
Yes, because it gives you a chance. In preseason games, you get a chance to play against somebody else. You get to change up. You get to practice your ability to adjust to a different player. Everybody's not going to play the same, so you got to adjust your own game to a certain extent without changing your abilities. A joint practice allows us to do that outside of the game. So it still gives you the opportunity to practice, but it doesn't take away or dull that moment in the game. So when you get to the game, it's just a polished look at what you've been grinding at all week.
What's the key for you staying off the ME board? Is it like a change in mentality where it's like I'm not trying to do too much here, I'm just trying to do my job, or is it like just kind of technique becoming a little more natural for you, or where does that kind of?
I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of it all. Starting out, it was just knowing that I wasn't a rookie anymore. I knew I had to come out there and be a player. And honestly, I just think about Shaq Barrett, to be honest. Like when I go out there, when I first started out, I'm like when I used to watch Shaq, we'll go through an install and stuff like that. He'll look it over, and they're ready to go. When I looked at Levante, like he's been in this game for so long, he barely has a pen and paper because he's done everything. So I used to watch those guys, and last season I couldn't wait to get to a point where I could go in there, take some notes, look at what I need to do, and go out there and do it. And like I said, that was a goal for me. So it was something I really emphasized on personal time, looking over the plays and making sure when I came out on the field that I was ready to go. And it's been good so far. The process that I've been using to do that, it's been working. I don't plan on changing it.
Markees, for the young guys at outside linebacker, obviously there was a veteran that didn't show up for camp. Yaya gets hurt. What did it do for your confidence that they didn't feel a need to bring anybody in? And they said, we're going to roll with the guys we have in the room.
It didn't change, to be honest. The competition is still there. There's still a lot of guys in the room that are fighting and scratching to get to that first spot. And, even though the number of competition changed, it still doesn't change the competition. The guys that we have in our room, I trust them to be the greatest they can be. And if I plan on being in the league, it changes from trying to make it into the league and now it's being in the league and staying in the league. So the competition is still there. I'm confident that the guys are going to put their best foot forward, and I'm confident that I will have my opportunity to do the same.
You sense that the guys are getting a little more nervous now. It's the final week here. Obviously, has to be made next week.
Honestly, I think it's the opposite. Guys have been busting their tail. This group of rookies, they're a little different. Last season, maybe it's just a personal opinion in my perspective, but this group, you've seen that it seems like they're getting excited. They're getting in. The plays aren't coming at them fast anymore. Things are slowing down, but they're able to speed up and think fast, so it's starting to feel more natural. You can tell the guys are starting to have more and more fun with it as time goes, and as the time runs out, they're appreciating it more. So it's been a ball, and it's just getting more and more fun as we go.
Because Yaya's been out and Joe was out for a little while not doing the 11-on-11s, how beneficial has it been for you to kind of take advantage of some of these opportunities and get more reps because of the players that weren't practicing?
It's been a benefit of having all those extra plays, to be honest. It's harder when you first start out. You get extra plays really fast, and you still run around. You still flying to the ball. The number goes up really fast when it comes to reps, but the details, and you get to do it over and over again at a much faster pace a longer period of time during practice. So all the extra work goes somewhere, and it goes in the bank. So I'm just storing up those reps, storing up the attention to detail, and going up there and then having more and more confidence in what I've done during the week so I can do it on the weekends.
What's gone into you becoming what it seems like is a more complete player now?
What's been so far has just been building process. I've been going on this path really just making sure that every week I've been doing over the same thing, doing the things over that has brought me success and getting rid of the things that have not. So in my pass rush, so I've been working on that a little bit here and there. There's been a couple of moves that I wasn't seeing success in, so I scrapped those, and the ones that I was having success in, I re-emphasized and I practiced those and I worked and I sat down with George, got his mindset on everything, and we just sat down, we game planned, and I worked on that, and it worked. It worked in the game, and that's a process that I plan on to continue to work on and sitting down with George and doing that on a weekly basis.
Is that a trap that some guys can maybe fall into, especially when they're first coming into the league, thinking they need this really big toolbox when, you know, instead they could, like you've kind of suggested, you know, focus on what you do really, really well and just get really good at that?
Yes, Wise coach once told me that a man should fear not the man who can do 10,000 kicks, but the man who can do the same kick 10,000 times. And now I think the rookies can emphasize and pay attention to the guys that do the same thing over and over and over again. Mike Evans, Levante, and you got KJ Brett, and you got Will and Vita. Those guys do the same thing all the time. They don't change, and they're getting better at the things that they do and practicing that same kick 10,000 times.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.